Earbuds in here.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Western Cinemas presents Ride the High Country. This film is from 1962, directed by Sam Peckinpah, starring Randolph Scott, Joe McClay, Marriott Hathaway, Ron Starr, R. Armstrong, Igor Buckman, uh, John Anderson, Elkie Jones, Warren Oates, and James Dury. Um, the synopsis reads like this. From an acclaimed action director, Sam Peckinpah, this tense, explosive drama about two aging gunslingers who sign on to transport gold from a remote mining town. This film has a runtime of 1 hour and 34 minutes. Deleted scenes. What is there anything you would like to say about Ride to High Country?
It's been a while since I've seen this movie. I first saw it with my dad, obviously some years ago, and interesting story. It's a kind of an early-ish Sam Peckinpah film. That kind of melds new and old because you have the leads, Randolph Scott and Joel McCrea, who were at that point entering sort of the twilight years of their career. And then you begin to see some of the people who become Sam Peckinpah mainstays, the actors that he always kind of went back to, like Warren Oates, L.Q. Jones, Marriott Hartley, these actors who are kind of at the beginning of their careers. And that kind of plays into this film pretty well, I think, because you have these old timers dealing with this kind of new sort of outlaw, that they're kind of not used to. It is in that fashion, sort of akin to No Country for Old Men, because you have these old guys who are trying to, stick to their values, who are up against guys who they come to realize do not share those values. And it's an interesting a character study, really, with some pretty decent action sequences in it. So this is everybody involved doing their thing while they're at their prime. It's interesting stuff. I'm really glad we're showing this one. It's cool getting a chance to read this one again. It's pretty fast paced too, as I recall. It doesn't really drag much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to firing this one up. I'm going to be with y'all on Cosme because I don't believe that I have a copy of this. If I do, obviously I can't go looking for it now. But
Yeah.
So I'm just glad I'm on the air right now. I've had a bit of a day, so getting everything together here. But I appear to be up and running now. So if I'm sounding like I'm glitching out, or if I'm roboting, everybody, please let me know, either in the chat or Bill, let me know backstage, and
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do about getting me up and running. But yeah, all right, this one's Ride to High Country, 1962. Sam Peckinpah directing. Randolph Scott, Joel McCrea, Marriott Hartley, Warren Oates, and O.Q. Jones. So buckle up, Shillings.
And as much as we'd love to show you to them here on YouTube, well, we cannot due to copyright law and YouTube guidelines. So if you are catching this on a replay, there will be no film. I can only provide it while we're live. And I have a screening room, which is pinned to both of our chats. So if you want to follow us over to the screening room, and we will start the film. Oh, and tweet the stream out. Okay. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, partners. Ride to High Country. 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
For those of you who would like to, who maybe might be watching this later on, you can find this movie on Fandango at home. It is a place where you can stream it. So, all right. Metro Goldwyn Mayer presents Randolph Scott and Joel McCrea in Ride to High Country. Some familiar names in front of and behind the camera for this one.
He riding a camel. Hey, Wes Cagle.
Hello, West Cagle.
The link to the screening room is posted at the top of our chat.
Well, you had Joel McRae here entering the town, and again, you kind of get the idea here very quickly that he's kind of a man out of time because they're racing camels down the street, and
Yeah.
he almost gets run over by a car, and he's kind of what in the Sam Hill's going on here. And off Scott.
Resembling the Bronco Billy, the Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. And hello to Connie Clary.
Hello, Connie.
Putin's cat. This is when we were talking about John Wayne films yesterday. I mentioned Red River. I meant Big Trail. It's the real old one I was thinking of. Both great, though. Yeah. Big Trail, 1930.
Good to see Putin's cat and Wes Cagle.
We're roughly the same age. Yeah,
overly enthusiastic. Jeez.
20,000 instead of 250,000 is somewhat of a difference, gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah. I have to do this in my old age. Put on reading glasses to read things.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get mine looked at tomorrow, too. Jim Henson's Michael Parks babies. Mhm.
I think if you worked all 7 days, you'd have $70 at the end of the week. But there we go.
Bye. Hey, one Asian. Everybody look. You tap my bar. Oh, no. Move the dishes. And there goes the furniture. I hope this kid doesn't think we're going to pay for all this. We'll bring the bullet stop along. You take care of mules. Okay.
That sounds a lot like the way he talked to what's his name in Unforgiven. Actually, it's more or less a Western trope where the older one talks to the younger one like that.
Pretty much.
That's no boy.
Nope.
I didn't know Yentl was in this. Oh. Yes.
Yeah, she used to do his commercials with James Garner. Yeah, Marriott Hartley. Well, fear is the mind killer. Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side. Hey, you can get a job with Disney. Read all about it. Local man chosen to executive produce the new Star Wars series. Wait a minute, you're not James Garner. Out of my window. Yeah. Yeah, in the city scene. Yeah. Uh, my bad. Yeah, that's it. She's speaking to the Lord. Good point. But that's a chance you have to take. Judd, chapter 2, verse 35.
Oh, whole time mountains. Well, those mountains aren't all what are considered old.
Lincoln County, huh?
Yeah, I was wondering if there's a tie-in somewhere.
Yeah. Must excuse this associate. He's a little slow. The Hammonds, ladies and gentlemen, the Hammonds. Bill, do you have a timestamp for folks? Hey, Bill, can we get a timestamp for folks here? That'd be do the math. Elsa. But wait, where's Inga? This is not convincing her that her father wrong. Notice how the amount of the gold keeps decreasing in value as the movie goes on, you know. And good afternoon to FKH 2005, sometimes known as Tim. The Cosme link is at the top of the chat. And watching Ride to High Country from 1962. And hello to Aged Boomer. And of course, this will all be covered in her book, How Not to Wedding by Elsa Knudsen. Now, what's all this then? Well, we'll just see about that. What happened? Well, you got your ass kicked. That's what happened. Okay, the Brotherhood of the Traveling Pants. Okay. No downside. Second movie in a row. I'm not sure this is a legit courtroom. It is what it is, I guess. Wake up, Tolliver, back on the clock.
What?
The judge is rather inebriated.
Oh, yeah.
People marry each other. I'll just okay it for the state. Governor of California. C5 And hello to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. We're watching Ride to High Country from 1962.
Hey, Gorilla.
Concern it, we have been hornswoggled. No worries, Gorilla. Glad to see you. Who died and made you Michael Sarah?
You're so demanding. Hey, my God.
Jim Henson, Steve Buscemi babies. What? Elvis ain't feeling too well right now. We hear that train a coming. It's rolling around the bend. We ain't seen the sun sign since I don't know when. And hello, Curtis Selby. Curtis, my power went out during the stream last night. Well, I'm glad to see you back up and running, man. I've been having some issues myself today. Almost missed the show, but I'm back on schedule. Well, Silva's still dead. Or extremely sleepy. Hey, Bill, can we get a timestamp for the folks here?
Yeah. 1:23, 1 hour, 23 minutes, 39 seconds.
All right. Well, we're nearing our ending here. Whoops. Number 5 there, Steve. Ah, ran off Scott to the rescue.
I believe this is also available on MGM Plus. There you
Oh, I'm
go.
sure it is. Right, Ride the High Country. Shall I consult the scrolls?
Consult the scrolls.
All right. Ride the High Country was released May 9th, 1962. Budgeted at an estimated $813,000. Was nominated in 2006 for a Best Classic DVD at the Satellite Awards. Winner in 1992, the National Film Preservation Board. Winner of the Grand Prix in 1964. And Mariette Hartley was nominated at the BAFTA Awards for Most Promising Newcomer to Leading Film Roles. Filming locations included Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios, Culver City, California, 20th Century Fox Ranch, Malibu Creek State Park, Calabasas, California, the Bronson Canyon, Griffith Park, Los Angeles, California, Inyo National Forest in California, Mammoth Lakes, California, and Merrimack, California. All right. Joel McCrea was originally cast as Westrom, and Randolph Scott was Judd. However, early in the production, each actor went to the producer on his own, dissatisfied and ready to quit, so the roles were reversed. Selected to the National Film Registry, Library of Congress in 1992. Average shot length, 5.9 seconds. Median shot length, 5.3 seconds. This was the film debut of Mariette Hartley. The canvas used to make the tents in the mining camp came from leftover sales from MGM's Mutiny on the Bounty. In addition, other set used for How the West Was Won was also utilized. This was the final film of Randolph Scott. He retired from acting once he saw the finished film, saying he wanted to quit while he was ahead and that he would never be able to better his work here. The film had originally been intended for Gary Cooper and John Wayne, but Cooper died before filming began. However, it is unlikely he would have agreed to work with Wayne, as he had previously turned down the opportunity to do so in The Far Horizons. In the late 1980s, Charlton Heston considered starring in a remake with Clint Eastwood. Heston accepted his title role in Sam Peckinpah's Major Dundee after seeing this film. Contains the quintessential scene of a cowboy riding hell-bent for leather towards the camera, firing his Colt revolver as he comes. Each shot he fires creates a large cloud of gun smoke because of the historically correct black powder and cartridges. And one such cloud completely obscures him until a second later he rides right through it and into view again. Joel McCrea also retired after making this movie, but later agreed to appear in a few more films. He finally retired from acting at the age of 69 after making Mustang Country. The film was shot in 26 days. According to David Weedle's book on Sam Peckinpah, If They Move, Kill 'Em, 4 days into shooting, a snowstorm on the original Inyo National Forest location forced the entire cast and crew back to Los Angeles to resume shooting in the Santa Monica Mountains, which resulted in the substitution for the real Sierra Nevada snow in the scenes shot at the Coarse Gold mining camp. So the substitution, not surprisingly, irritated Peckinpah immensely, but he pressed on. Despite these problems, the film finished a mere 4 days over schedule and only $52,000 over budget. Curtis says Heston and Eastwood would have been a cool combination. Yeah, I would like to have seen that, actually. Not to be, though. Randolph Scott tried to interest Bud Bedecker into doing the film, but the director was in Mexico, tied up with his documentary as Arusa. Veteran actor Byron Folger, playing the son of Percy Helton, was only 5 years younger than Helton. Yeah, remember, excuse me, I did tell you they were roughly the same age. Yep. The film is set post-1906, as that is the year the Remington 8 rifle Henry Hammond is toting was released. One location compromise reportedly involved cast and crew sneaking onto the set of How the West Was Won to film the confrontation scene between Judd and Westrom. To emphasize the enmity between Hammond brothers and the lawman, Sam Peckinpah kept all of the actors playing the mining family away from the others, having them meet by themselves and do everything as a unit. He would continually remind them, "You hate everybody here." Peckinpah apparently took an inordinate interest in Mariette Hartley's costume, taking her to the bowels of the MGM costume department to find the right dress, then having the wardrobe department pad it until he thought the chest was sufficiently full. Sam always liked breasts, Hartley said, adding that by the time she was done, she was literally walking at a tilt. Peckinpah liked to tease the naive and experienced Hartley, at one point having been tipped off that Hartley had worn the wrong socks for a scene in which they would not even be seen. Peckinpah pretended to have a major fit, accusing her of ruining the shot. He also kept telling her if she didn't perform to his liking, he would give her part to Joan Staley, another aspiring young actress at the time. However, Hartley took the ribbing good-naturedly and had nothing but admiration and affection for her director. By most accounts, Peckinpah had not yet developed the difficult behavior that was to plague his productions in later years. Hartley did note, however, that on the bus coming down from the Sierras, he started drinking and playing cards. At one point, he snapped at her viciously. Having had an alcoholic father, she recognized the behavior at once, but also said it was the only time she was aware that he drank during the production. Shot on various locations in and around 20th century, in and around Malibu, Kennedy. Himini Hamina. Next Am I clear on that? All right. Rewind. All right. Shot on various locations in and around Los Angeles, including Malibu Canyon and the 20th Century Fox back lot. Smoke from fires raging in Topanga Canyon and Bel Air darkened much of the sky over the area, seriously complicating shooting. Peckinpah, who also tended to edit in his head as he went along, didn't shoot much extra coverage beyond the footage he knew he needed for each scene. After viewing the rushes, MGM management sent him a note. "Who do you think you are, John Ford?" Many of the actors got on well with the director. L.Q. Jones said he and Sam Peckinpah came to blows over how to do a scene, but in the end, he always realized Peckinpah was right. James Drury said the cast was lucky to have worked with him when he was, quote, a happy man. We knew him at his best and his most likable. Drury also praised him for being innovative, imaginative, always anxious to work with actors on their characters without over-directing. And he noted that Peckinpah, Joe McCrea, and Randolph Scott had a tremendous amount of respect for each other. McCrea said that although he got along very well with Peckinpah, he didn't like the way the director treated the crew. Like John Ford, Peckinpah used to berate someone mercilessly if they made a mistake or failed to do what he wanted. Richard Lyons said on this picture, Peckinpah began his practice of firing people for one mistake, such as a young sound boom operator who allowed the boom to creep into the shot. The harsh practice became such a habit that even Peckinpah acknowledged he was prone to it, giving Lyons a photo of himself signed, "To Dick Lyons. Get rid of him, Sam Peckinpah." The shooting was completed in less than a month. MGM's chief editor, Margaret Booth, disliked the daily rushes and thought the film would be impossible to cut. However, studio production head Saul Siegel had faith in Peckinpah and offered him a rare chance to make the first cut on the picture. Peckinpah went into intense editing sessions with veteran director Frank Santillo, who Richard Lyons had said taught the director about editing. Santillo, however, also spoke of how impressed he was with Peckinpah's ideas and changes, bringing out character nuances and other hidden potentials by substituting different shots, trimming, and refining. Before they could complete the cut, things took a downward turn. Robert Culp took the title. I can't speak. My tongue is numb. My tongue is numb. I can't speak. Sorry. Robert Culp turned down the role of Billy Hammond. He recalled, "I didn't want to do it because I was trying to create a career in features and I was fighting to be a leading man. If I'd done that, I would have wound up like Bruce Dern, playing crazies. In terms of mistakes in my life, that was one of mine. Peckinpah never forgave me and he never offered me another part. All the people who were part of his stock company were his friends, and as an actor, I was bitter at not being one of them that he called on. It was because I turned him down." The rifle used by Warren Oates in the Rocky ambush is a Remington Model 8 semi-automatic rifle. This would have been quite exotic for the time period and location. Sam Peckinpah loved the script, but said he would direct if he can only do rewrites. According to Richard Lyons, Peckinpah's contribution sharpened and polished the story to, quote, really bring out its brilliance. He worked 3 to 4 weeks on the script, giving the story much more impact. Lyons believed by changing which character died at the end. Peckinpah tailored much of the Steve Judd character to reflect his own father. Judd's most memorable line, "I just want to enter my house justified," was a Bible reference he often heard his father say. On seeing the film, Peckinpah's sister cried, struck by how effectively he had completely captured the essence of the old man on screen. Peckinpah put a number of details and impressions from his own life into the script. His ancestors were true Westerners, and there was a mountain named after the Peckinpah near Coarse Gold, where the real life town where the two lawmen in the movie ride to retrieve a shipment of gold. In his childhood, Peckinpah had been taken by his grandfather to a town very much like the mining town in the movie. Joel McCrea and Randolph Scott thought that Peckinpah's rewrites were brilliant. The question of billing was settled over a lunch at the Brown Derby, during which Randolph Scott won a coin toss to see who would be billed first. Mariette Hartley, whose previous acting experience was only on stage and who came from a relatively sheltered background, later admitted she didn't even know who Joel McCrea was when she showed up to audition for the part of Elsa. Peckinpah also kept Hartley all day, having her read with various actors auditioning for the role of Heck, including Mass's Wayne Rogers. Although she was flattered, she really didn't realize that meant she had the role. Mariette Hartley's hair was cut short from playing Joan of Arc on stage in Chicago. For the screen test, the studio put her in a long wig, closely matching her natural red hair that Deborah Carr wore in Quo Vadis. Sam Peckinpah hated it. She used her own close crop to look for the film. Sam Peckinpah insisting the background terrain had to change noticeably during the trek to and from the mountain mining town. convinced the studio to let him shoot the writing sequences on location rather than using a backlot. MGM had no faith in the film and dumped it on the market as the lower half of double features. Despite the protests of Peckinpah and Richard Lyons, it was ludicrously paired with such movies as the sex comedy Boys' Night Out and the Italian-produced medieval drama The Tartars. According to L.Q. Jones, when the studio discovered that the film was a real moneymaker on the double bills and that the audiences weren't staying around for the main feature, they re-released it to better results. Peckinpah received no credit for his script work on it, told MGM and the Academy, "If this film is nominated for Best Screenplay without my name on it as writer, I'll sue every one of you." The movie received no nominations. Years later, Lucien Ballard was asked by Leonard Moulton about a striking close-up of Joel McCrea near the beginning of the picture. Ballard explained it was there because they had to avoid the water towers and other contemporary objects in the background of the metro lot. "Everything in this business is a compromise," Ballard said. "Chances are we had to do it because of necessity." Joel McCrea starred in the movie The Virginian in 1946. James Drury starred in the television series, which began in 1962. Producer Saul Siegel authorized director Peckinpah to monitor his own editing against the will of the MGM editing department. This was Peckinpah's second film. The cast includes R.G. Armstrong, L.Q. Jones, John Davis Chandler, and Warren Oates. They were frequently cast in future Peckinpah films and became part of a quasi-Sam Peckinpah stock company, like the famous John Ford stock company associated with Ford. Mariette Hartley later made 2 appearances on James Drury's TV series, The Virginian. In fact, in first, The Drifter, which was a flashback episode explaining how the Virginian came to be at the Shiloh Ranch, she was the love interest to the Virginian. In the second, Felicity Spring, she was the sister of the woman the Virginian planned to marry. Edgar Buchanan also played a judge in another Randolph Scott film, Rage at Dawn, in 1955. Warren Oates uses a Remington Model 8. The semi-auto rifle was produced from 1905 to 1936 approximately, and was made in a number of Remington calibers, such as a 25, 30, 32, 35, and in 300 Savage. Mariette Hartley and John Davis Chandler both appeared in the same Columbo episode in 1974, Season 3, Episode 5. At the time of this writing, April 2022, after the passing of James Drury in 2020, the main surviving cast members are Mariette Hartley, Ron Starr, and L.Q. Jones. Hartley and R.G. Armstrong, L.Q. Jones, John Anderson, and Warren Oates would all later appear on episodes of The Virginian, which starred James Drury, who played Billy Hammond. A close-up of the dime on the counter reveals a Mercury dime, which started production in 1916, thus making the film set sometime after 1916. There seems to be a bit of a controversy as to when this movie takes place exactly, but most of the people on IMDb seem to have it narrowed down somewhere to sometime between 1906 to 1916. Lost a page a moment. Hold on. I believe there's one more. All right, last one. In the original script, Randolph Scott's character didn't survive the climactic shootout, but Joel McCrea's does. During Sam Peckinpah's rewrite, he felt it was more poignant that the Gil Westrom character played by Scott is redeemed by promising the dying Judd that he will deliver the gold, so the character's outcomes were reversed. And that is it for IMDb Pro. The scrolls are now closed. All right. Curtis Selby says the only other Peckinpah film I've seen was One-Eyed Jacks. Love that film. Well, he also directed Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, which you watched a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Of course, The Wild Bunch, The Osterman Weekend,
I believe
which I believe was his last one.
I believe there's one called Boot Hill that I want to get so we can show it.
Cool. And greetings to Jeff Wyatt. And I think this is the first time I'm seeing you, at least in.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah, I have a poll up for next week's film.
Okay.
Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge, or Red River. You can put it up in your. We need more photos.
Poll up here. Let me get that poll up here real quick over on my channel. All right. What should be next week's movie? And we have Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge.
That one's from 1987.
Mm-hmm. And Red River. And I take it that's the John Wayne Red River?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because James Arness from Gunsmoke did the remake. So that's why I'm asking. Okay. All right. So the poll question, Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge, or John Wayne's Red River? All right. While we have the poll going, Bill, what do you have coming up next?
We'll see. We might be I'm going to try to get a soup either tonight or sometime this week. Insomniac soup, and we have The Acolyte, Season 1, Episode 3. Could it get even worse? Yes. Review bombing that horrible show because, well, just because.
All righty. And of course, here in a couple of hours, please check out my program, Unscripted. Then, of course, head on over to Geeky Geezers. I'll be there in the chat. And then get yourself a good midnight snack, nice cool beverage, and join me back over for the other side of midnight. And there are a few of you in the chat who might be getting the link now that I seem to have everything back up and running again. So yeah. Pooty says Acolyte 3 should be a blast. Lesbians are great. Okay. Yeah, because apparently, yeah, we're going to see some lesbian witches in Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Because why not, I guess?
Jedi, Wookiees, and pronouns.
Oh, my. All right. And, all right. Of course, I also want to remind everybody, Tuesday evening, 8:30, live from Sparkwood in 21 will continue. The road to season 3, which we're going to be getting to here in a couple of weeks. Also, of course, join us for are we doing action theater this week, Bill?
Yes, there will be action theater. I just don't know which one to play.
Okay. Just of course, stay tuned to our community pages, to our channels, and you will see the what the upcoming movie will be. We usually do action theater Thursday afternoons at 4:30. So stay tuned for that. I'm right. It is 4:30.
Yeah.
Right. I have so many times running through my head. Sometimes I get mixed up. At 4:30 Thursday, action theater, film to be determined, and of course, join us right back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel, for whichever movie wins the poll. Right now, it's 50-50 between Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge, and Red River. So we've got 2 votes for each movie over here, Bill. How are we looking on your end?
We got 2 votes for. It was a bona fide Red River winner. So on my end. Red River. Red River.
Yep. Just head on over there. And okay. So you said Red River got 100% of the vote over there with you.
Yeah.
Which puts it, and that would break the tie that I have on my end here. So, folks, Red River, John Wayne's Red River, will be the film next week. 4 votes to 2. All right. Last words, Bill.
Oh, yes. Remember to be excellent to each other and always party on. And we can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you for joining us today.
All right. And as I always say, I like to thank everyone for joining us in the chat today. Everyone who joined us on Cosme, including West Cagle, Connie Cleary, Putin's Cat, Gorilla's Random Thoughts, Aged Boomer, FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim, and Jeff Wyatt.
Yeah. Always good to see you.
All right. From HQ and our second home office in Arizona, good night, take care, stay strong, because this is how we win.